I can't see a thing, but I can hear it. The soft, eerie whispering of a ghostly presence that has haunted this place for as long as anyone can remember. My heart pounds in my chest as I navigate the dark, winding hallways of the old school building, my flashlight casting feeble beams of light that barely penetrate the thick shroud of darkness. I never wanted to come here. But when the stories of this place reached my ears, I couldn't resist the lure of the unknown. The school, long abandoned and left to decay, was said to be the epicenter of paranormal activity. People talked of shadowy figures, cold spots, and strange, unexplained noises that echoed through the empty corridors. My steps echo through the empty halls, each one a stark reminder of the countless students who once roamed these grounds. The lockers stand like silent sentinels, their doors creaking as though they yearn for the days when they were opened and closed by living hands. As I continue my exploration, I notice a door that stands slightly ajar. A soft, eerie light spills out from the crack, beckoning me forward. Against my better judgment, I push the door open, and my heart nearly stops in my chest. The room beyond is unlike any other I've seen in this decrepit building. It's pristine, as though time itself has refused to touch it. The desks are neatly arranged, and the chalkboard is clean, save for one word scrawled in elegant cursive: remember. A chill runs down my spine as I step into the room. The air seems to grow colder, and I can hear faint, ghostly laughter echoing in the distance. I try to leave, but the door won't budge. Panic sets in as I realize I'm trapped in this eerie, untouched classroom. The laughter grows louder, and I turn to see a shadowy figure standing at the front of the room. Its form is indistinct, but I can feel its malevolent gaze fixed upon me. It beckons me forward, and I have no choice but to obey. As I approach, the figure begins to take shape, and I gasp in horror. It's a young girl, her eyes hollow and empty, her skin pale as death. She reaches out a hand, and I can see that it's covered in blood. Remember, she whispers, her voice a haunting melody. Remember what happened here. Images flash before my eyes, images of terrified children and a sinister presence that lurked in the shadows. The school was a place of unspeakable horrors, and I had stumbled upon its darkest secret. I try to run, but the ghostly girl's grip is unbreakable. She pulls me closer, and I can see the malevolent glee in her eyes. I am trapped, destined to become just another victim of this accursed place. And as the darkness closes in around me, I can't help but wonder if anyone will ever discover the horrors that lie hidden within the haunted school, or if it will continue to claim unsuspecting souls for all eternity. As I stood before the aging institution, dread clenched my heart like a vice. The sun had long dipped below the horizon, casting the decrepit building in an eerie, moonlit glow. A shiver ran down my spine as I approached the entrance, my footsteps echoing through the empty corridors. The place had an aura of despair, as if it held the secrets of countless souls trapped within its decaying walls. Years had passed since the last living soul had occupied these halls, but the whispers of the past lingered in the shadows. Rumors of a malevolent presence had always haunted the town, tales of inexplicable events and ghostly apparitions that drove people to avoid this place like the plague. Yet, curiosity had led me here tonight, and now, I was trapped within the clutches of a sinister past. As I ventured deeper into the school, the air grew colder, and the silence became oppressive. It was then that I first heard it, a faint, distant laughter that sent shivers down my spine. I quickened my pace, unable to shake the feeling of being watched, of unseen eyes following my every move. In one of the classrooms, I found a dusty chalkboard covered in indecipherable scribbles, as if some tormented soul had tried to communicate from beyond the grave. My heart pounded as I realized that the laughter was growing louder, echoing through the narrow halls, and I knew I was not alone. My footsteps led me to the gymnasium, where spectral figures began to materialize. Flickering in and out of existence, they danced and twirled, trapped in a never-ending waltz of misery. Their faces contorted in agony, and their hollow eyes bore into my soul. I dared not approach them, but their mournful cries filled the room, echoing the pain of the past. Desperate to escape this nightmare, I retraced my steps, but the building seemed to twist and turn, its layout ever-changing. The laughter had become a chorus of anguished wails, and I felt a presence closing in on me. Panic seized my chest as I stumbled into a dimly lit library, its shelves lined with decaying books. It was there that I found a weathered journal, filled with entries from a teacher who had once worked at the school. The pages detailed horrifying events, strange occurrences, and a malevolent entity that had tormented the staff and students. The final entry spoke of a ritual gone horribly wrong, unleashing a darkness that consumed the school and its inhabitants. As I read those chilling words, the room grew colder, and the specters of the past drew closer. They reached out to me, their icy fingers brushing against my skin. I dropped the journal and fled, but the school seemed determined to keep me within its grasp. The walls of the library seemed to close in, and the shadows came alive, wrapping themselves around me like sinister tendrils. Just when I thought all hope was lost, a sudden burst of light erupted from the journal I had dropped. It illuminated the room, revealing ancient runes etched into the library's wooden floor. With trembling hands, I traced the symbols with my fingers, their meaning becoming clear as the ghostly presence drew nearer. As the last rune was activated, a blinding surge of energy erupted, repelling the malevolent spirits back into the darkness from whence they came. The walls of the school trembled, and I felt a powerful force pulling me towards the exit. Gasping for breath, I stumbled out of the haunted school, collapsing onto the cold, unforgiving ground outside. The moon had disappeared behind thick clouds, and the oppressive aura that had hung over the building had lifted. The horrors I had witnessed were left behind, contained within the decaying walls. I never returned to that place, and I prayed that no one else would either. The school remained abandoned, a grim reminder of the darkness that lurked in the hearts of men and the horrors that could be unleashed when curiosity led one to venture too far into the unknown. The legend of the haunted Desolation School would continue to haunt the town, a chilling cautionary tale for generations to come. I can feel my heart racing as I step through the heavy, rusted gates of an old, dilapidated building. The moon is obscured by thick clouds, casting eerie shadows that seem to dance in the dim light. I've heard the stories about this place, whispers of its dark history, and the chilling legends that surround it. People say it's haunted, and now, I'm about to find out if those tales are true. The school's facade is crumbling, its windows broken and jagged, like the gaping maw of a hungry beast. The air is thick with an unsettling silence, punctuated only by the occasional creak and groan of the decaying structure. I venture deeper into the darkness, my flashlight flickering with every hesitant step. As I explore the decaying hallways, I can't help but shiver. It's as if the very walls are whispering secrets to me, secrets that I don't want to hear. The air grows colder, and I can see my breath in front of me, like ethereal specters in the night. I reach a set of double doors, half ajar, and push them open with trepidation. Inside, I'm greeted by a chilling sight. Desks and chairs are strewn about haphazardly, as if they were abandoned in haste. Dust hangs in the air, creating a hazy, spectral atmosphere. The walls are adorned with faded posters, frozen in time, depicting smiling faces that now seem like mocking specters. I continue to explore, my flashlight revealing more and more of this haunted place's history. In one room, I find a chalkboard covered in eerie, indecipherable symbols. In another, I stumble upon a collection of old textbooks, their pages yellowed and brittle, filled with the fading dreams of students long gone. As I make my way deeper into the building, I hear faint whispers, like distant echoes of conversations that took place here long ago. It's as if the spirits of the past are trapped within these walls, forever reliving their final moments. I quicken my pace, desperate to escape the suffocating grip of this malevolent place. Suddenly, I find myself in a corridor that seems to stretch endlessly in both directions. The walls are lined with row after row of lockers, their metal doors hanging open like gaping mouths. I can hear faint footsteps echoing in the distance, growing louder and closer with each passing second. Panic sets in as I realize that I am not alone. I turn to run, but the corridor seems to stretch on forever, and the footsteps draw nearer. The air grows thick with an oppressive darkness, and I can feel a presence closing in on me, something sinister and vengeful. I can't escape, can't find my way out of this nightmarish labyrinth. Just as I'm about to give in to despair, I spot a dim light in the distance. It flickers like a beacon of hope, guiding me towards it. With every ounce of strength I have left, I push forward, determined to escape the clutches of this haunted school. As I reach the source of the light, I find myself back at the entrance, the heavy gates beckoning me to safety. I stumble through them, gasping for air, my heart still pounding in my chest. The night is silent once more, the echoes of the past fading into the darkness. I walk away from that accursed place, haunted by the horrors I've witnessed. The stories were true, and I will forever carry with me the chilling memory of the haunted school, a place where the past refuses to rest and where the spirits of the departed still roam.